Wow, Integra really let itself go.
I told her this isn't a Honda. I told her this isn't Acura. Let me drive a Nissan S13. I don't even want an Integra.
The Acura RSX is what you get when your parents won't let you get a Nissan S13. Oh no. No. You're not driving a car without an airbag. How about a nice Honda Civic? You can be cool in that. Honda Civic, the lowball offer of all family car negotiations. So you bargain your way up to an RSX by arguing that it is a Honda Civic, but better made because it's an Acura. The car does have airbags, and that's all parents care about. So off you drive to college using doublethink so you can hold two contradictory thoughts in your head at the same time and believe both of them. The Acura RSX is a Civic. The Acura RSX is not a Civic. The 2004 RSX is a derivative car, although that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Introduced in North America in 2002, the RSX was basically a rebranded version of the JDM DC5 Honda Integra. RSX stands for Rally Sport Experimental, if you're from the X is 1999 again. It's a surprisingly effective car in its own right, mostly because it was less an Integra and more of a stealth take on the 7th gen Civic Coupe, of which every RSX owner will bury their head half in a bowl of cold beefaroni and say, sporting a 2-liter inline 4 with 16 valves and dual overhead cams, this car gets 24 miles per gallon city and 30 miles per gallon highway. Although subtle in appearance, it gets a lot out of its front-wheel drive and 5-speed manual transmission, reaching 141 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPM and a respectable 160 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. And yet it's easy to imagine that a lot of consumers might take issue with how derivative the car is and how much it owes to the DC5s and the Civics that came out before it. In short, the Acura RSX is going to a concert for your favorite band and having to sit through new material. It's like going to see Smashing Pumpkins and getting nothing but Zwan. Sure, some people like Zwan, but Zwan isn't what sells. The RSX is only available as a 2-door coupe because 2-door coupes are faster. It's got easy, straightforward, hassle-free controls and an interior that's perfectly handsome but unspectacular. It's not number one and it's not MVP because it doesn't try to be. It's just functional. It's just a reliable ride that looks fast. The RSX is the second aid kit of cars. The RSX is the official car of the man who never met a silence he didn't try to fill. He's gotta keep talking, because he just can't shake the feeling that people he can't stand are right behind him waiting for a lull in the conversation to break in with a terrible story about him from college. And yet, despite the reputation preceded on reliability, the RSX has been prone to recalls and transmission issues. Namely, there's a grinding issue with the gears on the manual transmission. Yes, this is a car that literally grinds my gears. But you know what? People ignore that kind of thing because this is part of the college freshman starter pack for the open road. It's fun to drive, and more than that, it's an affordable car for a larger demographic. This is without even getting to the wide availability for aftermarket parts. It's a car that can last you a long-ass time if you're vigilant enough to take good care of it. But let's talk more about this particular model. The owner, Adam, gets nagged constantly by dude bros for not tuning the car, which I suppose is indicative of the type of expectations that the RSX carries. People not only want you to screw around with it, they expect you to, and they give you a hard time when you don't. The most extreme alteration to this car wasn't even Adam's fault. He got a fender hit. Fender bender. And it ended up costing $1,400 to fix. But that was it for modifications. But why should you even really need to modify a car that's generally fun? Just because you can go to town with a vice grip and a chub pack of zip ties doesn't mean you should. Realistically, everything you could want out of an RSX comes standard. It's got the K20 engine, a manual gearbox, and a kinda long hood and a stubby short back. I'm not insulting the car when I say it's a car that does its job and nothing more. The RSX is a car that's punching the clock, reporting for duty. And it does its own thing in spite of what people expect from it. It's the automotive version of that time Bill Burr ripped Philly a new asshole. Of course, all this talk ignores how smoothly the RSX drives. On one hand, the clutch catches way down low. Yeah, down low to the floor, which might throw some drivers off guard. And also, you need to do the Honda bro lean to comfortably sit in the driver's seat. But once you're on the road, you find that this is a large-size version of, get this, the CRX. The spirit of the CRX is still here in the RSX. And it's got the K20. So it's a daily car that's kind of cheaply built, but you can rev the pants off of it and it doesn't care. So I'll go on Manatee and roll with the other homies. Nice. Oh, that's smooth. Yeah. It's the closest thing that Honda ever made to the Cavalier Z24. Remember that thing? Sure. It's not an Acura, right? Only in America is this an Acura. Because let's call it an Acura and charge a bit more for it. Oh, premium. It's a Honda, with its graceless adequacy. But there's something to be said about how the RSX gets the most out of the K20 engine, with its usable power and its prostate massaging rumble. This car is the happiness that comes after relief. It's rushing to finish your essay before time is up and you turn it in at the end of class, and that feeling of calmness because it's out of your hands now. You did all you could. It's out of your hands. You can just enjoy the rest of your day and not have to think about things.
And I can't see myself in RSX or a Honda or a Honda. And I can't see myself in RSX or a Honda or a Honda.
Okay, it looks like this Volvo is going to come between us. That's just fine because the park's coming up here anyway. So we'll just turn in. Don't worry about the Volvo. All right.